The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant searching for fine pearls. When he finds a pearl of great price, he goes and sells all that he has and buys it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a net thrown into the sea, which collects fish of every kind. When it is full, they haul it ashore and sit down to put what is good into buckets. What is bad, they throw away. Thus it will be at the end of the age. The angels will go out and separate the wicked from the righteous and throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." "Do you understand these things?" They answered, "Yes." And he replied, "Then every scribe who has been instructed in the kingdom of heaven is like the head of a household, who brings forth from his storeroom both the new and the old." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I kind of wonder if the disciples in Jesus' time were a little bit smarter than me, at least, maybe some of us, because Jesus said, "Do you understand all these things?" And they said, "Yes." And I don't always understand like all of Jesus' parables. I get what he's saying. I mean, they're great. He just talks about the kingdom of God here in 3 different ways. And it's a cool way of looking at it. It's beautiful. It's deep. It's rich. But I'm not very analytic, or I don't know what you call it. I mean, just give me the facts, like kind of black and white. Like, what is the kingdom of God? Give me something I can hang on to, right? Anyway, the disciples got it. I get what he's saying. But throughout the history of the church, we've formulated kind of some, some other ways of taking a stab at the kingdom of God. I've even taken a shot myself. What does the kingdom of God look like to me in my kind of theological perspective? And I've shared a little bit with you. I speak of, the church has spoken of, I speak of what's called the 3 transcendentals. What is true, what is good, what is beautiful, right? These 3 things transcend what's going on here right now. So we see them here in the here. We experience what is true, what is good, what is beautiful. But those realities transcend this reality we know here on earth. They go beyond it. They're eternal. So I say they are an already participation in the kingdom of God, right? So I've kind of tried to describe this a little bit. When we act with what's in accord with what is good, or what is true, what is beautiful, we're already tasting the kingdom of God here on earth. Okay, so I use my truck analogy, right? My truck is good when it has a horse in the back of it driving down a dirt road, right? Objectively good. It's beautiful and true as well. It's like the kingdom of God personified. Anyway, so it's good. You understand that? It's bad when it goes in the lake because it can't float. It's not designed for it. That's what's good. When things follow their telos, their purpose, right? I'll lay off that one. But I'm just priming the pump because I'm going to start talking about what is true. Okay? What is true? What is true is also an already participation in the kingdom of God. Okay? So let's talk about that. What is truth? I feel like Pontius Pilate, right? What is truth? St. Thomas Aquinas weighs in on it. He says truth is when our minds conform to reality. When our minds conform to reality. He's got a way fancier way of saying it, and it's probably in Latin. It sounds a lot more cooler than the way I do it. But this is how I put it. When our minds conform to reality. What's this look like? Okay, think about way back in the day, the Greeks, they observed the solar system, and they thought that the earth was the center of the universe and everything else revolved around it. Okay, and they had to kind of make up all these other little understandings to kind of prove their point. But then come Copernicus, and he said, how about we propose that the earth is the center of the sun is the center of the solar system, and we revolve around it. And then it's just like, boom, blew our minds. That's it. That's truth. It makes complete sense, right? Light bulbs go on. How freeing is that when we discover truth, right? And we got to work at it. We got to work at it. Things are true. We got to kind of conform our mind to what's true. That takes a little work. But when we discover it, it's awesome. It's true. This works in science. This also works in the moral life. It works in all sorts of aspects of our lives, right? So let me share how this worked in my life. Before I entered seminary, I listened to quite a bit of Catholic radio, and I started drinking in all this truth about the kingdom of God, about God in general, about the church. And I'm just eating it up. It's so beautiful. It's so great. One truth that really stood out for me was the pro-life issue. Really coming to understand that a human life begins at conception. Wow. All right, what do we do with that? Okay. And the evil of abortion, that's murder. Whoa. So I used to stand up for that. I made a sign, just stating the facts. Just stating the facts. It said abortion kills children and hurts men and women. Just simply stating the facts. And I'd stand on the street corner right in front of Planned Parenthood and just hold that sign. Okay? And then on the back of that sign, I also wrote, the truth is black and white. Okay, I got things thrown at me. I almost thought I was going to get punched out one day. It was awesome. Okay, the truth is black and white. That ticked people off. So I go off to seminary, and you don't go saying like the truth is black and white in seminary. They kick you out. We got to be open to theological perspectives and stuff. So I was, right? And I kind of, got a little off my game. But I come back to the reality. The truth is black and white. It's just that we live in a gray world. Right? We can't detect it very easily. Okay, so we need to work at it. We also need other people's perspectives to help us get there. Okay? It's beautiful. It's necessary that we come at it at different angles to arrive at the fullness of the truth. It's out there. Truth is objective. It is not relative. Okay? What is relative is in our minds. We can't grasp it just naturally. We got to work at it. But the truth, that thing in itself, the reality out there, is objective. It's black and white. It is not relative to my own thoughts and desires and feelings. Okay? So that's what I'm getting at. How's this look today? Okay, the truth is a participation in the kingdom of God. Okay? That's what we're working with. Jesus is talking about the kingdom of God today. How does this truth look like today? So, COVID world. We're living in COVID world. So I'm in email communication with the Department of Health here in Crook County. And we're talking about a few things. And I say to her, tell me this. Riddle me this. How many people who have been diagnosed with COVID in the state of Wyoming have died from it? What is that percentage? Okay? She rattles it out. Here's how many people have been diagnosed with it. Here's how many people have died from it, and did the math, the percentage. 1.13% of the people who have been diagnosed with COVID in the state of Wyoming have died from it. Really? 1%. That means to me, I've done the math, the reverse math. That means to me, I round it up. 99% of the people who get COVID in the state of Wyoming survive it. Really? That's amazing. Am I missing something? Are we overreacting? I think so. This sets me free because right in the beginning, I'm like, I feel like we're overreacting a little bit. This confirms that reality to me. And I'm set free. The truth sets you free. Help me out here. Am I missing something? I need your perspective. I'm open to your perspective. If I'm missing something, help me out. I just think we're overreacting. Okay, this is what we need. We need dialogue. I'm an open book. You want to help me out, please. Change my perspective. Help me see it from a different angle, please. On this issue or any issue, we need each other's perspective. But don't come to me with intolerance. Okay, intolerance is not helpful. Don't come to me with a preconceived ideology that is not open to the truth. That says you're wrong and I'm right. Okay? I'm not doing that to you. I'm an open book. Help me see things correctly. I want to get at the truth. Let the truth be our goal, our center perspective in the world, in the church, everything. Let's go for it. I need your angle. I need my angle. We need our perspectives to get at the fullness of the truth. So let's be open to it. But let's have the truth as our objective. Not an ideology, not feelings or thoughts or whatever. The truth. Okay? Because the truth is a participation in the kingdom of God. What is truth? Truth is when my mind conforms to reality. Okay? Truth is one of the three transcendentals. What is true, good, and beautiful? The transcendentals, these three transcendentals, are an already participation in the kingdom of God.